Okay, we're here with Scrapbook 103, and one thing that he does is he only usually deals in double digits. I mean, he'll do others. He's definitely can go outside the bounds, but and sometimes I think that he has a certain rule and he'll do it different. Anyway, so 103 equals 3. All right, and so he's talking about boots. All right, and there might be some other clues in here, but basically what we're getting out of these is his special zebra boots. Okay, and you can read, and there's probably some clues that hint to the end. So number 3 is the end marker right here, and that just happens to be right here, boots, right here. Oh, and another thing about these boots, and here's another coincidence. Let's go with this. Let's follow this rabbit hole of coincidences. Okay, the last picture in the thrill of the chase just happens to be this picture right here, and it's 1903, so we got 3 again, and it's his father, my father. And if you look at his shoes, they are the exact shoes. I mean, they're the same model, the same time era, the same coincidence. So there's you some shoes again, going off of the number 3 in Scrapbook 103. And I'm going to show you another one. So we have this book here, just a little off subject here, but interesting nonetheless. This book was printed in 2015, so 5 years into the chase. And, it's a great book. It's got lots of arts, and, it's the Call of Distant Places, Forrest Fenn right there. Anyway, but, I don't know that there's many clues in here. I haven't really gave it much time. Don't really care that much. I just, I'm kind of a fan of Forrest Fenn in some way. I think it's pretty cool what he's done. But I wanted this book, so I bought it. But in the very back of this book, on the last page, pretty much in the index, the last thing is some boots. I mean, is that just a coincidence? I mean, wow. It's a good one, if nothing else. But there you have it. On the, you get this page and that, but it's definitely the last picture in this book. So there you have it. Okay, we're at Scrapbook 107, and 7 is the blaze. The marker that's the blaze is number 7. He was 7 years old. Forrest was 13 in 7th grade, and he's the blaze on, I don't know what page in the thrill of the chase. He's kneeling there. He has a watch on, and there's telephone poles behind him. Anyway, this, I could probably do a whole video on just this one, because, there's a lot. Anyway, to me, the phone right here represents the cemetery and numbers, and there's names on these little tabs. So now you have the cemetery. Okay, so, and he's getting his driver's license, and then right here, I mean, these are just, this is one side of the cemetery is all the trees, and the other side is the markers, and it's organized, and this one's chaotic, and it's a mirror. Boom, boom, boom. And then right here you got a number 7, and I can't remember. You add up this, right, with word values, and you can come to it, and 5 right there. 5's in the corner. Here's your 5 right there, or 5, So, that's just brushing over this. Like I said, that right here it's a military cemetery. I don't know. You got it. We could do a lot more. I think they park his car in a Walmart parking, and if you ever look at an emblem of a Walmart, it looks like a wagon wheel round, and that gets you to the end. Okay, so that one's great. I mean, there's tons more, but just go with that. So Scrapbook 110. 10 is now X marks the spot. Marvin Fenn Park, and it shows a sign. So in The Thrill of the Chase is talking about the principal sign, that he got a sign where he parks. Well, that's the principal sign of Yellowstone. And so that gets you to Yellowstone, and then it's going no 3 times. And it's kind of like the do not touch in The Thrill of the Chase. It's in red letters, red being the end, redneck. And there's 3 letters, do not touch, and it's the only 3 letters that are in color in the book. Anyway, this one's, so it doesn't have all the clues you want, but there's definitely clues here. So there you have it. So this is Scrapbook 111, which is 111, and that's number 3, and that gets you to right here, number 3. And there's some great ones in here, like this is talking about treasure. They found sunken treasure right here, and so the treasure is number 3. And right here, this is Clayton, his nephew, and right here it's taught, like this, this is coincidental. It just happens to be 3, and then there just happens to be 3 earrings, and ear is 24. I think those are earrings. Anyway, down there, all these pictures, and I'm sure there's more. And then down here he's going that they had, however, since the 50-50 agreement, and 50-50 is the word value of 50 is 66, so that gets you the shoes at the end, which right there is 66 for a number value. Anyway, I'm sure there's tons more in here, but the gist of it is 111 is 3, and that gets you to the treasure. And the word value of somewhere, I can keep my treasure somewhere, or anyway, that has a word value, I believe, is 111. Anyway, so this is a great one. I mean, there you are. Look at this treasure, man. And the cannon, that kind of gets you to canyon on top of Capitol Hill, gets you in the area. There's a lot of things, clues that put you there. So that's enough for that one. Scrapbook 111. Okay, this one's pretty good. Scrapbook 115. 15 is the end here. Okay, and then it's talking about, his toothbrushes, and he's got all these toothbrushes. Well, right here is the cemetery, and these are teeth. The teeth of the Rockies right there. The teeth of the Rockies right there, and he's toothbrush. And then right here is kind of a mirror of Forrest with Brad Pitt, huh? Anyway, so it's not an exact mirror, this right here, and this has got Forrest. So there you have it. Forrest on one side and then Brad Pitt on the other. Brad Pitt and Forrest. It's opposite there, but there's your mirror, and there's probably others in here. I'm just going over the totally in your face kind of, if you don't got any imagination, get a different hobby, but I'm just telling you, wow. Okay, this is Scrapbook 122. 22 is a really important number because 2 and 2, because right here is 2 and 2, so you get 22. And anyway, right here is Lovelock, just happened to have a word value of 66. So Lovelock's, and Santa Fe happens to have a word value of 66, and then you add that with 13 and you get 79, and that's Forrest Fenn. Anyway, right here, if you look down here, he's got the double omegas right here. And, you know, it could be coincidental. I don't know if the red, I guess if that's red, you could even connect it there if you wanted to, but not, you know, a Colt pistol to shoot to the other side, Winchester rifle and Colt pistol. Anyway, you know, you could dissect this and probably find lots of clues, but, you know, if you're brave and in the wood, there's brave. Anyway, that's enough of that one. If you come to Scrapbook 124, that's an omega, 24th, the 24th letter. It's X marks the spot. It's the end of his rainbow trout. You know, the reel is round like, you know, like the wheelwright. The boy's father was a wheelwright. Try the wheel. And, you know, the treasure is the hook. He's going to hook you and reel you in. You know, so there's, you know, there's actually quite a few. You know, number 8 is 11. There's tons in here if you want to dissect it, but that's suffice for me. Oh, another thing is rainbow. It's also could be a cutthroat. The end here. This is a Scrapbook 125, and 25 always represented the treasure because, you know, the treasure was 10 by 10 by 5, 25. Anyway, this is, you know, and he says that Peggy was his first treasure, so there's your treasure right there. And it talks about the fireworks, and that's a blaze right there. And then down here he's got shooting across, and this is Skippy buried standing up in the graveyard with the watch on. You know, his time ran out. Anyway, and he's in this cemetery, I do believe. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. So, you know, there's a lot of great things in here. Go from next one. Okay, this is a Scrapbook 126, and 126 is a really important number. It is 6, 7, 8, 9. It's number 9. It's Forrest Fenn. And if you go to 126 in the Thrill of the Chase, it's the picture of the treasure. If you go to 126 in Too Far to Walk, it's a picture of a truck bed with a dead guy laying in it. You know, he's laid to rest in a cemetery, and the wheel, there's a smiley face on the wheels, and the wheels have a, you know, a face on them, so face is 15, and there's a shoe on there, so you got a shoe on there. But this one's great because now we're back to 126, and it has mildew. Mildew has a word value of 66. Marker has a word value of 66, so we have 33, and 33 is 66. And then we have mildew up here, and that's 66. And then we have Forrest Fenn, and he's right in the middle. He's the blaze. And then we have a bear, kind of gives away it's in Yellowstone. Anyway, so, you know, he died. Okay, you know, barbed wire. You know, a fence has a word value that we're interested in, and so Santa Fe 66. Okay, anyway, that's pretty straightforward. He's in the middle. Here's your pattern again. Boom, boom, and boom. Mildew. The end. Right there, the end of the guy wearing the hat. Okay, this is a great one. This is a Scrapbook 132. And, you know, he's getting this letter from Allison for $100 million, the jackpot. Woo! And anyway, you know, he's going to give a special clue, and he does. Right here, forest fire, 139. So 39 and 32 are the blaze numbers right here, 39 and 32. So right here, forest fire is the blaze. I mean, forest fire, blaze. And we got 39 and 32. I mean, that was pretty, talking about lots of great stuff here. Anyway, that's pretty straightforward on that one. Let's go to the next one, which is 33. 33. Okay, so now we got scrapbook 133, and we've hit the jackpot. 3 and 3 mirrored makes 33. Anyway, wow, we just found Forrest Fenn's resting the exact spot. X marks the spot. Gold. Woo! I'm there. It's not coins, it's chocolate. All right. Some searchers tried to bribe me, and it might have worked, but they didn't send me anything but a photo. So it's not in the cemetery. You got to take a photo. Yay! There you have it, people. A real clobbering clue. And not only this, but you can find all these numbers and all this stuff in the poem. I'm not just finding these in here because there's no way with all this crap that I could have figured it out without the poem. The poem's like the guide. You got all this information, and then it gives you hints to the poem, and then with the poem you can put it in the right spot. And with the poem, you can find clues that you think that are in the scrapbooks or in the books and that. And if you can't find them in the poem, then they don't belong. They're not a clue. Throw them away. Get another idea, or work on that poem until you can find it in there, because if it's not in the poem, it's just a waste of your time, because everything you need is in that poem. But I couldn't figure it out with all these nice little hints right here. I mean, who can argue with this great hint? 33. I mean, well, we're in the gold. I mean, on page 3 in any of his books, 3 and 6 have pictures of the gold. It's amazing. So, that's the end of this one. Part 2. On to part 3.